Three, two, one. Okie doke.
Episode 2 of 9 of this series where let me get my mic situated, where I'm explaining the meaning of the lyrics off of the song, the meaning of the lyrics of the songs off of my new album, In Between. And today's song, or is this all getting dropped at once? I don't know. I'm filming this on Wednesday before the album drops, so like the 21st, 22nd. I lied. Anyways, we're going to jump right into it because this is a really long song. It's a spoken word. So, I mean, y'all probably, I'm definitely not dropping the video before I drop the album. So you've already gotten a chance to hear it. If you haven't, go listen to it first. But the intro line is, Lord, it's hard to let go of my pride. And that's a big sin struggle for me. And so that's kind of, throughout the whole album, pride is a big issue, a big struggle throughout the entire project. And then I have this sense hit after I have, Lord, it's hard to let go of my pride. And it's like, I drew a lot of inspiration for the spoken word from John Bellion's, I think it's My Boy, at the end of his Father Figure album. So that was a huge part. I think a lot of my writing style is really heavily influenced by John Bellion. A lot of it is influenced by other guys like John Keith and Nick D, and I think David. Ignore what I just said. So, Lord, it's hard to let go of my pride and the selfish thoughts that attack at night. I know I act like I'm that guy, but I'm scared of death, to pain, or to die. And that's like the selfish thought of like, like thinking like too much of yourself. Like, what do people think about me? Like, do they think this? Do they think this? Do they think this? And I know I act like that. I'm that guy. I put on this persona of being like this dude who doesn't have this struggle with those. But as a human, we're scared of pain. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing here, if I'm being honest. This isn't the dream that my subconscious problem is talking about music. I don't know what I'm doing with music, with content, with any of it. This isn't the dream that my brain was like, yo, get into music. This is what's up. Gained a best friend back in August. March came around. I'm at my darkest. This was written back in March, parts and pieces. And I was going through a season where I was missing my grandmother, which you'll hear about in Goodbye. I was struggling in friendships and a bunch of other things. March came around. I'm in the darkest place that I've been in. Like, I don't know. I can usually handle the feeling of being alone. I'm homeschooled. Growing up, didn't have a wide range of friends. I can usually take a punch. This season's been way too much. I'm tired of faking tough. It's not that I was faking tough. It was just I was tired of the ups and downs. So when I was actually okay, it felt like I was faking. Because in those other moments where I wasn't, I was like, I just felt okay 30 minutes ago. And this little bit is like, who do you see when you look at me? Because the mirror only shows a broken human being. And that was more of like a crying out to God, like, why did you pick me? I had another song lined up for the album, Why Do You Love Me? You probably heard the snippet of it. It got taken down. I'll probably drop it on the group at some point soon, just so that y'all can hear it. But that was a whole concept of that song. Broke, broken, and bruised, and a little confused. Broke, like, I don't got no money. Broken as in, like, sad. And bruised as in, like, getting tossed around by the storm of life. Because I thought that sounded cool. and a little confused on why he's here and how he's being used. And then this is my favorite. I think this is my favorite lines. Some of the favorite lines I've ever written. Is the art still good if it destroys the painter? Talking about both my sin and me being the art and God being the painter. Like, God created us and we sinned, and in order for us to be reconciled with him, Jesus had to come down and die. And then also talking about music, I poured my heart out in a lot of songs very, very often. And if they don't do good, that's kind of like a jab at me. And then, is the bad guy good if he becomes a traitor? That was kind of like, is art still good if it destroys the painter? Is the bad guy good if he becomes a traitor? Am I still loved when I'm my own worst hater? Is this feeling normal, or is it in my nature? Am I still loved when I'm my own worst hater? Like, I'm the worst critic when it comes to my music. And then, like, taking all three of those questions I just asked and asking, is that normal, or is that just being human? And then I'm asking, like, could I change who I am so you see me as I am? So you see me as a man. Is this something I can change, or some only you can? Asking God, like, can I change myself? I obviously can. Or are you going to have to do the work? I got little kids saying that they're fans. I should get a brand deal and get them some Vans. I have a lot of little kids, or not little kids, but elementary school kids who look up to me. And that's very often a very heavy weight on my shoulders, especially when I'm struggling with stuff. And they're still looking up to me, none the wiser of what I'm going through. I just feel insecure because I feel this way. I know you walked the ocean, but I'm losing faith. I know that you listen, I just gotta pray, but I don't. I know that's why I tend to stray. Like, I know, God, that you're gonna hear me when I cry out to you, but I don't cry out to you. So how do I justify feeling this way when I didn't ask the only person who could help me, for help? And then people spread rumors about me, then claim that we friends. Ain't never come to me asking to make amends. Then they say, trust me when I refuse to vent. Why is that? Because you started a new trend. Like, if you start something false about me, like, and then don't ask for my forgiveness, like, don't expect me to come to you with stuffs. This is going to be the longest video off the album, by the way. Struggling with my anger towards my friends again. Play dumb, act dumb. I cannot be friends with someone who plays a character, pretends. Oh wait, that's me. So that was a whole, like, spiel about me being angry at my friends, but in reality, it's just me being angry at what I'm doing and redirecting it at my friends wrongly. So, struggling with my sin. Oh wait, that's me. Struggle with my sin again. My shirt red, I'm looking like I'm Gilligan. I'm covered in the blood, I'm heaven's citizen. Lord, please grow me in my discipline. Lead me away from things that I struggle with. That's me, like, restating the fact that no matter what I go through, I'm still covered in the blood. I'm still leaning on God. And that last bit is asking me, like, yo, like, if I'm struggling with anger towards a certain person, get them out of here, or get me out of the situation, you know? And then dove right off the deep end looking for more than a friend, forgot that I couldn't swim. It was very, yeah, there was a point in life where I was looking for a romantic relationship and just went, didn't go well, by the way. Got out of that season. What is it? July, June, May, April, March, February. Got out of it like 5 months ago. So we chilling now. Forgot that I couldn't swim. Lord, I need your help again. Pull me out the sea I'm in. Lord, please see the pain I'm in. And that's the part where it's like, earlier I said, I don't cry out to you. And then this is now like, okay, I really can't do this anymore. This is now me crying out to you fully. Lord, help me trust your timing, because I would be lying if I said that I was being patient. And then in the song, where there would usually be another 3-line section, there's nothing. And I purposely did that to build on that patience line. Because I'm a person who doesn't like empty space, especially in like spoken words. So I just wanted to let that moment rock, just let that sit. And then I have a recurring hook that's dove right off the deep end looking for a new friend, forgot I couldn't swim. And then the little outro of the spoken word of the intro to the album is, what am I afraid people will think if they heard my unfiltered thoughts? What do I run to instead of dealing with my emotions? When I'm quiet and alone, what thoughts get the loudest, and what version of myself do I present? And now, obviously, these aren't my unfiltered thoughts completely, because my unfiltered thoughts are, if you know me personally, you know my unfiltered thoughts are wild. So I kind of filtered this, like, and then also, like, I'm struggling with things throughout this project, the whole one. So I kind of filtered it through the gospel, through the Holy Spirit, and you're not getting like 100% of me unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? If my mind had a location, what would it look like? Would it look like a stormy sea or an empty room? I don't like danger. I don't really like swimming. So a stormy sea is like the mixture of like, and then like also like I don't like heights, and like waves can get really high. So that's like the epitome of like what I don't like. Is it a stormy sea or an empty room? And then the empty room is calm. And as you can see, I'm in my bedroom right now. I love my bedroom. I stay in here more than I should. I probably talk to my microphone more than I talk to my family. I'm so serious. Would it look like a stormy sea or an empty room? Would it look like me putting my trust in you? Because I don't know. They say a butterfly dies if it fights the process. I'm just trying to grow my wings. And that's a little shout out to John Keith. I really love that whole branding. I did some research, and it's like, if I heard it from John, but then I did my research. If a butterfly fights the process to get out of the cocoon, it dies. It's GG's for that, John. So that was like the point of like, I'm in that stage where I'm in my chrysalis, for one of a better expression. It's like I'm just trying to grow my wings. And this is not a reference to angel wings. I'm not one of them people that believe like when you die you become an angel. That's just ain't true. Yeah, it says because I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't let me fly off the deep end. And then kind of the image of the whole album, like in between, I use the word drowning a whole lot, and fly off the deep end. It's like the whole like image of the album is like a pool. Obviously it's not the cover art. I thought about doing that as a cover art, but I liked what it is now so much better. But yeah, like in between, like I use the word drowning. Think of like the in between is like in between the deep end and like the kiddie pool, which is like where I am as a person. But yeah, Mountains Move is next, so you can go ahead and click on that video or somewhere. I don't know. I filmed this one before I filmed Mountains Move, so